It's called alignment, right? When you're aligned as an organization, then there's nothing from the outside that can really affect you. They can't get to your owner. They can't get to your vice president or president. Everything is kind of aligned. Everybody understands what we're doing. It's not about being on the same page. That's easy. Everybody's on the same page today in 32 cities. But not all the teams are aligned. Alignment creates the belief that the noise on the outside will never affect us. This is what we're doing. This is our approach. This is what we believe in. I think the 49ers are perfectly aligned to handle that situation. Look, the Cincinnati Bengals, you don't think they have great alignment? Mike Brown, the president and owner of the team, says he's not trading T. Higgins. You could take it to the bank. He said he wasn't trading Jesse Bates. You could take it to the bank. They're completely aligned. And it doesn't matter what the Cincinnati Enquirer writes or what the Post writes or what, any of the insiders talk about. You ain't changing what Mike Brown does because Mike Brown's aligned in what he wants to do, and they have seemingly been that same way this entire time. And we're not saying it doesn't suck for Aiyuk. Like, I would love Aiyuk on the Indianapolis Colts. I would absolutely love Aiyuk on the Colts, but it's just like the reality of the situation, shout out to Ryan McGee, is like in the NFL. Especially in this particular case, the Niners hold the cards for the next 3 years. Yep, if they want to franchise tag him twice. And it's like, that sucks, but that's what happens with a lot of great teams. There becomes too much, too little to be able to give. And then who gets sorted and who's kind of the odd person out feels like Aiyuk is that. And we don't love it, but it is just this is Niners football. And this is kind of how it's been. But this is what was collectively bargained. This is what was, and so those tools and that apparatus that has been given to the agreement between the players and the owners and the management level has given them the ability to have 3 more seasons with him. Now look, here's the real rub. They don't want to trade Aiyuk, and they want to pay Aiyuk. The difference here is simply this. He has a certain level of value, and they have a certain level of what they perceive as value. It's called the negotiation, right? And so, that's really the rub. It isn't because we don't want you, or they don't want him, and all this nonsense about trade talk. Look, the one thing that Aiyuk gives to the 49ers that they really don't have, as talented a team as they are, is they have an outside receiver who can win one-on-one. And Darius can speak to this as well as anybody. The definition of a great receiver in the league is to be able to win one-on-one on 3rd down, to defeat the corner you're against. And that's the one thing last year Aiyuk was able to do, and that's why he averaged 17 yards a catch. Hold on, I got a Hembo stat here. Oh, shout out to Hembo, by the way. 81% of Brandon Aiyuk's catches last season resulted in a 1st down or a touchdown. Okay, that's 61 of 75. That percentage obviously led the NFL. So Aiyuk knows that. Yeah, Aiyuk knows that. He understands that. He's seeing other wide receivers and probably thinks like, is this person as important? And they're getting paid, and I'm just sitting here for what? And that's why he's angry. And you saying like, hey, the Niners want to pay him. They don't want to trade him. The issue is the value here. It's like, well, yeah, that's always right in that kind of, anybody would take a deal that any team would take a deal that's $1 million for Russell Wilson, right? Is that kind of the whole argument in this entire thing? Yeah, well, and then the receiver market's kind of upside down because there's so many guys who have gotten paid so much money that it's a hard market to really understand and how to define what is a number 1 receiver. But the one thing Brandon Aiyuk does, if I'm his agent, I'm saying, look, I am the one receiver on this 49ers team that can win on the outside. We have a lot of great players, but we